I'm Rakashi. Welcome to Stush Nerd Summaries. This segment of my channel will focus on summarizing the plot of a book I have read on a chapter-to-chapter basis. I highly recommend getting the book yourself and read to your heart's pleasure, so that way you can experience the story yourself. Take for example, I went to a restaurant that had some great food. If you have the opportunity to be able to go there, then I recommend you go do it yourself, like any book I summarize for you. This video is a plot summary of the selected work. Reading the full work is highly recommended for further understanding of the characters, themes, and plot. Chapter 1. The bull calf boy follows Josh to school, resulting in Josh being late as he had to return home with the calf twice. Boy and Josh have been hanging out together throughout the summer. Boy's mother died, and Miss Bertha Mahon decided to take Boy, and Josh raised Boy since then. Josh decides to take Boy to school, then rushes to his classroom where he explains that he had trouble with his summer project to his teacher, Mrs. Anthony. Boy enters the classroom for Josh's presentation to the shock of Mrs. Anthony. Chapter 2. Josh explains how he received Boy. Then he demonstrates how Boy behaves and what Boy eats. After his classmates get to greet Boy, Josh gets him out of the classroom. As Josh takes Boy outside, a girl gets scared and runs away. Josh leads Boy under the school building and rushes back to class. The girl, Maria Bernard, rushes back to class to explain she saw a cow. Mrs. Redmond, her teacher, sees Josh in the hallway and asks if he saw a cow, and of course Josh lies. Mrs. Anthony starts her lessons until the class hears noise outside caused by Boy re-entering the school. Chapter 3. Maria goes outside the classroom again and encounters Boy. She screams and runs away with Boy falling behind her. She jumps out of a window to escape, shattering it in the process. The students scream as Mrs. Redmond faints. The school is in chaos with screams as multiple classes heard the screams and see Boy. Mr. Redmond, the principal, witnesses the chaos and orders Josh to take Boy out of the school. Mr. Redmond checks on his wife and sends another student to check on Maria, who ran home. Mrs. Anthony gets called to the principal's office to explain what happened. Mrs. Anthony apologizes to Mr. Redmond. The principal gets an update that Maria received a minor cut and she and her mother are coming to school to talk to him. Chapter 4. Mr. Redmond meets Mrs. Bernard and Maria. Mr. Redmond plans to talk with Josh and his mother. Mr. Redmond calls Josh to the office to explain the incident. Mr. Redmond punishes Josh by beating him with a belt, then sends him home with a note. Boy heard Josh fake screams and galloped over to the principal's office, which shocked Mr. Redmond. Josh greets Boy and some of his fellow schoolmates outside the building. Chapter 5. Josh rushes home, worrying what his mom will say about the incident. Josh greets his mom and hands her the note. Bertha cannot read the note at first because Mr. Redmond read it messily, however, she was able to make out the words. Josh hesitantly mentions the incident to her. Mrs. Mahon and Josh return to school to talk with Mr. Redmond. Bertha decides to sell Boy and make a for sale sign to put on the calf. Chapter 6. Bertha, Josh, and Boy pass through the town square, which attracted interested buyers. Josh claims to the buyers that Boy is not for sale. However, Bertha dismisses his claim. As storekeeper Ben Watson offers to buy Boy, Josh feels distressed as everyone referred to Boy as a cow and not a calf. Mr. Watson offers to pay 40 shillings to get Boy. Josh and Boy manage to run off from the square and head home. Bertha follows them and confronts Josh. Then, Josh angrily allows Mr. Ridley, Mr. Watson's assistant, to take Boy, but promises he'll make him sorry later. Chapter 7. Mr. Ridley returned the boy to the store, telling Mr. Watson Josh might try to get Boy back. Some of Joshua's classmates saw Boy and got angry seeing the cab being tied up by the store. Mr. Ridley gave Mr. Watson a receipt from Josh, which angers him because of the writing and the cab's name. Josh got an idea to get Boy back, so he returns to school with a plan. The children plan to protest and boycott Mr. Watson's store, which annoyed him. The number of children starting to decrease as adults comment on how ridiculous the demonstration is. Mr. Watson called the constable regarding the children. Some parents came to the square to reprimand their children. Mr. Watson says he will cut off credit from the parents of the children who participated in the protest. Boy managed to escape the pen he was in and greeted the children. Chapter 8. Some children were beaten for participating in the protest. Josh advised the kids to buy from Mr. Tobias instead. Josh walked into Mr. Watson's store the next day. Mr. Watson confronts him for both the protest and the receipt. Josh pretends he wants to buy goods from Mr. Watson, then proudly tells Mr. Watson he is going to buy from Mr. Tobias. Josh heads to school, where his classmates say they went on a hunger strike. Josh gets called to the principal's office and is confronted for doing the protest. Mrs. Anthony gets called to the office right after. Mrs. Anthony supports the children doing the protest. During lunchtime, Mrs. Anthony went with the children to Mr. Watson's store to get Boy back. Mr. Watson disagrees to sell back Boy, so Mrs. Anthony goes to talk with Bertha. Chapter 9. The square was quickly filled with demonstrators, including Bertha, who Mrs. Anthony convinced to help, which pleased Josh. Mr. Watson goes back inside his store and runs to his wife. Here, he stubbornly refuses to sell Boy. Mr. Watson went to the school to talk with Mr. Redmond. Mr. Redmond convinces Watson that his actions were unfavorable and he needs to admit what he did wrong. Ben leaves to talk with the village butcher. The butcher advises Watson to sell back Boy. Chapter 10. Mr. Watson decides to sell Boy back to the Mahons. Josh asks to see Boy to ensure he isn't sick. Josh hugs Boy and takes off the rope. Mr. Watson wants 60 shillings to get Boy. Josh offers to pay 30 instead. Then Josh and Boy hurried home to eat pancakes together. Epilogue. With news of Boy returning home spreading, some classmates celebrated at Josh's home. Boy goes to school with the children. The celebration continues with Mr. Redmond honoring Boy.